Hey folks, I know it's been a super long time, summer got crazy busy, but we're back to the channel and we're gonna go over some double stops, so let's do it. All right, so jumping right in, what is a double stop? So a double stop is basically playing two notes at the same time. So a double stop could be this, or it could be this, or it could be this. Or you can string split like this, that's technically a double stop. All right, so to pare this down and make it a little bit more digestible at first, we're just gonna go over double stops with major triads. So we're gonna be in the key of G, and so our G triad is G, B, and D. So with G, B, and D, our triad, if we were to combine them with double stops, we only have 6 double stops to go over, which means 6 different shapes. And those shapes can also be divided into 2 families. So we have one family that is 3rd and 4th intervals, we'll go over this, and one that is 5th and 6th that really go well together. Okay, so our first family is with the 3rd and 4th intervals. So let's go ahead and grab our mandolins and let's head to the A and the E string. So the first double stop we're gonna play is a D and a G. Now the D is the low note that's on the A string and the G is the high note on the E string. And it looks like this. And then we're gonna shift our hand up for the next double stop, which is gonna be a G on the A string and a B on the E string. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be 10th fret and 7th fret. All right, so we have just one more. This one's gonna be way up on the neck. So we're gonna be playing a B and a G. So we're gonna be 14th fret and 10th fret, and it sounds like this. So a cool thing about these double stop families is that they're shape-based. Okay, so let's head to the first double stop, which is our D and G double stop. This is our smallest shape in this 3rd and 4th interval family. It's the largest interval, it's the 4th, but it's our smallest shape. Now, if we go to the next double stop, you notice that this is a slightly larger distance in terms of frets. So this one I call our medium shape. And if we move up to the next interval, what we have is we have our large shape, which is the largest amount of frets between both fingers. So no matter what key or what chord you're playing over, these shapes will maintain that same size. It's gonna go small, medium, large, and if you kept going up the fretboard, it's gonna repeat itself. So small, medium, large. And this order retains itself whether you're starting on medium or whether you're starting on large. So when we go to our other strings, which we're about to do in a second, you'll see that maybe we'll start on a medium, but it's still gonna go medium, large, small, medium, large, small. It's still gonna go in that same rotation. So let's hop to the D and A string real quick. So let's go ahead and play our medium shape here on the G and the B. Great. Now let's go ahead and move that up to our large shape, which is gonna be on the B and the D. Great. And now let's go ahead and move up to the small shape, which is gonna be a D and a G. Perfect. It's gonna be 12th and 10th fret. We have one more string pairing, so let's go down to the low notes, the G and D. All right, so the first one we're gonna have is actually our large shape. It's gonna look a little bit different since we have an open string, we play it just slightly different. We're gonna be playing a B and a D, it's gonna look like this. Then our next double stop shape, we're going from large to small. So small is gonna be a D and G, just like this. And then our last shape, from small, we go to medium, which is gonna be 12th fret and 9th fret. And it's gonna be a G and a B. It's gonna look like this. And remember, folks, on my Patreon, I have all the sheet music for this lesson. It has the exercises, it has the double stops so that you can see them, you know, fingerings, all that fun stuff. All right, so those are our double stop shapes for the 3rd and 4th interval families. Now we have another side of the family that we have to pay attention to. So this one we're looking at now is our 5th and 6th interval shapes. So for this one, we're actually gonna start on our lowest strings, our G and D string. So our small shape here is our 5th interval, and all you have to do is play the open strings, just a G and a D. All right, so we went from small, let's go up to medium. Our medium is gonna be a B and a G. It's gonna look like this. And our last one, our large shape, is gonna be on the 7th and 9th fret. It's gonna be a D and a B. And that, again, repeats up the neck if you want. We just did small, medium, large. If you wanted to play our small, we could do that on the 12th fret. of the G and D string. If we wanted to play our medium, we're gonna have to go up the fretboard a little bit here. If we wanted to play our large, I don't think I have enough fretboard for that, but we tried. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our D and A string pairings, and let's check those out. So the first one we have is actually our large shape, which is an open D string and a B note. And after that, large, remember that large shape goes to a small shape. So our small shape is our fifth interval. On the fifth fret, it's gonna be G and D. Perfect, and our last one is gonna be our medium size shape, which is gonna be a B and G, which is gonna be 9th and 10th fret. All right, one more string pairing, and then we have all of our double stops with the major triads in G. All right, so this one is gonna start on our medium side. It's gonna be a B and a G. This is the typical G chord that might be the first chord you learn on the mandolin. It's this double stop. All right, so medium goes to large. This large shape is a D and a B. Perfect, perfect. And the last one we have is our small shape, which is a fifth interval, which is gonna be up on the 10th fret. Some exercises that we can do to kind of get this rolling and feeling good under our fingertips is to grab our handy dandy metronome. So I'm gonna turn my metronome on to 70 beats per minute, and I'm gonna go half notes. That's gonna be the timing of each double stop, and then I'm gonna switch to a different shape. We're gonna do this on the same string pairing just so we can get used to that. So it's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. First one, second one, third one, back down. All right, so let's do the same thing on the next set of strings. It's gonna look like this. 2, 3, 4. First, move up. And last one. Perfect. We have one more string pairing. Let's go ahead and go down to that G and D string pairing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and last one. Great. And so we take that same exercise and we do it with the fifth and the sixth intervals as well. And then we can start combining them as well. I want you to make your own exercises up. This is how you're gonna get better. Oh, one more thing that's really important about these double stops is we have to remember that these shapes have sounds. I want you to associate the shapes that you're playing with the sounds that you're hearing. So these double stops are basically inversions of our chords that we can build out over time and be able to play extensions and other stuff to make our soloing or whatever melody playing sound more interesting. So associate these shapes with the sounds that you hear. It's super, super important. It takes a little bit of time to get them under your fingers and to start hearing them and be like, oh yeah, that's a third and the bass, or you know, however you want to hear them, but it's super important to recognize that. All right, folks, that's the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please comment in this video. Also, I have a Patreon that's gonna have all the sheet music for this lesson and all the lessons coming up that you can check out. So, see you next time.